And if we look at it in the sense of leveraging our one-third position
Does he have any
against the
articles out
Senate
about this?
and the White House.
Am I supposed to buy that?
Bordermedia.com, yes.
That's what it sounds like he's saying. I think he's also saying, though, he wants to see more detail, something a little more specific. And he may be right to a certain extent that you have to take something in order to get into the room to continue to force change.
Is anybody infuriated as I am that this comes down to the 11th hour? They've had months to do this.
Years.
You know, I mean, really?
Oh yeah, this is what is it? What is it? Not just about our politicians, but it seems to me, and in so many areas of our society in general, we don't do anything until it's now a crisis or it's a really huge issue, whether it be government spending, whether it be education, whether it be things even on a local and municipal level.
You know, they're all talking about staying up all night, Nikki, and Valerie Jarrett, the president's advisor, said he's not getting any sleep these days. I have no sympathy. They have had forever to see this coming. And it's a manufactured moment of crisis is what it is.
I will go back to the point I've been hammering home. Since what, 2006? 800 and some odd days and counting that there's been no budget proposal from the Democrats in Congress nor the Democrats in the Senate. And of course the president's own proposal was voted down, 97 to nothing in the Senate. These guys have no plan. And so, yeah, if you have no plan and the other guy puts out a plan, you're clearly not going to like his plan. The idea of a compromise comes from, here's your plan, here's our plan. Let's see where somewhere in the middle where we can meet, maybe it's a little to one side or the other, but you got to have two plans to get to a compromise. When you have no plan, there is no compromise because you have nothing to work against.
All right, got to take the break here. We're back with our lightning round on Gang of Four, but first a headline check on KTSA. Can it already be practically the end of Gang of Four? I believe it is. Wow. I believe we're almost to the end. We're at the lightning round. Can you believe it? Nikki Young is saying we ruined her entire weekend with all this doom and gloom talk about the debt and the debt ceiling. Nikki, I got to warn you when you're on Gang of Four.
I know. You never know what to expect, but it is kind of a realization. It's a reality check. And my reality check bounced.
This isn't the youth theater, Nikki. I got to tell you.
We have happies and smiles all the time. And I come here and it's like...
The wide-eyed, innocent faces of youth.
This is the
opposite into the hardened, bitter partisanship of the Gang of Four.
I need to go back to the theater and go take a dance class with the kids for a while.
Go hug a puppy or something. Yeah, I hear you. Well, who are the happy Americans? Is anybody happy? A new survey says yes. Adults 50 and over are almost deliriously happy. According to a new survey commissioned by OurTime.com, which is the largest online dating service for singles over 50, Our Time. Our time may come. Young people over 50 are feeling young, excited, optimistic. 82% of people over 50 say they're happier with their lives now than they were when they were younger. More confident in what they want out of life, more confident in their intelligence, more confident when meeting new people, better judges of character. It's all good. So we actually asked our listeners this week, if you're over 50, are you happier now than when you were 25? Almost all of them said yes.
What? Wow.
So, I'm going to look at you, Robert.
Yeah, I'm over 50, and am I happy? Hell yeah, I'm happy.
So is this true?
Well, sure, but you know what? The dynamic changes, okay? What was the things that made you happy at 25 are different than the things that make you happy at 55.
Because you can't have them at 55.
Well, but there's things you can have at 55 you could never have at 25. So, like diabetes and cancer and all that kind of stuff.
Thank you.
But I just think that you get to a certain point and you really kind of get a clarity and you know what's more important, what's real, what's superficial, what doesn't really matter in the long run. And I think that's what may be driving some of that happiness quotient.
Speaking of people over 50, Jeopardy host Alex Trebek this week snapped his Achilles tendon while chasing down a woman in a hotel who he says broke into his room and stole cash, a bracelet, and other items. He was staying at a hotel in San Francisco, and he helped capture the thief, 56-year-old Lucinda Moyers.
Well,
It was a bracelet his mother gave him, and that has not been recovered.
he didn't actually
But everything else
capture
got
her. He got her chasing her. But the thing is that,
Yeah.
boy, oh boy, Alex Trebek, you know, you couldn't even catch a 56-year-old woman. Come on, dude.
He's
You need to
71.
Go to the gym. Take a workout.
He's 71. He did the best he could. I think he did better than what most people would. Most people are like, panic. He actually did something, and I actually tweeted about that this week, and I said, I put on my little earlier, I put, what is a hero? There you go. The question is, what is a hero?
Hero is a a little strong, Nikki.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on, Alex. Alex tried.
I also think I heard
He's
somewhere
a
that
hero.
the only reason he got up and chased her was because his wife told him to get out of bed and go see what was going
That's
on.
usually the case, though,
Absolutely.
isn't
You don't think he's a hero to try?
They always hear it, and you always have to go check out.
You always have to, pick
what
up
the
the golf
noise
ball,
was.
baseball bat, whatever, and go.
So there he was doing
timidly
what he needed to do.
downstairs.
He was
A woman in South Carolina was written up with a $450 ticket this month because she violated her state's obscene bumper sticker law. She didn't have a bumper sticker. She had a pair of red plastic testicles hanging on the back of her pickup truck. Here's a little photo. if
In
you
Colorado, I think
don't
they
know
call
what those look
cat
like.
fries.
Should it be against the law to have for your truck to have balls?
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
I'll
really.
defer to the woman in the room.
I'll say. I guess I should be the.
Are
one
you
answering
offended by that?
I will have to say that if I was behind her, I would probably looking to try to figure out, is that really what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd
You
find
change
it,
lanes?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd find it offensive. I'd find it humorous, and I would feel sorry for the person for
Dr.
having
Lee,
to
do
hang
things
that.
that are offensive have to be illegal? Can't we have some things that we that are offensive to us, but we don't need a law against?
Well, the problem, Jack, is that we are relaxing everything that once we thought they were conservative, they were good for the society. Just because some people like it, we don't want to have no regulations, we don't want to have any limits. We have no lines that we can't cross. So in the name of freedom, liberty, everything is fine. You want to put and display every behavior, everything that you possibly can. I personally wouldn't want to do it. And
I can't
think-
see you doing
Right,
that.
Yeah.
right. So we have to draw the lines that certain behavior, certain things are acceptable as a society, and certain things are not.
So it's the slippery slope.
right,
First it's the
exactly.
testicles, then who knows
Right,
what's
right,
happening there.
exactly.
like the same thing that, like
That's-
Robert says, that now we're talking.
So you think it's bad now, Nikki?
Yeah.
But
Someday you'll be glad that that's
yeah,
what's
really.
hanging down.
You'll be pining for the days when all there was fake testicles on pickup truck hitches. But isn't offensive a subjective thing?
Very
Yes,
subjective.
exactly.
So how can
Very
we
subjective.
regulate and legislate subjective? And it's a feeling. It's not like
Yes.
it's not very physical.
I mean, you
$450,
like it so
so,
much, put this inside the vehicle. I mean, why?
Yeah,
you
put
have
'em
to
on the
take it-
mirror.
Mirror.
Right.
Get
hang everything else there.
trees. Yeah, right.
All right, let me introduce you to Carl and Carol Hefner. They're a nice couple from Rockport, Texas. They have decided they are going to visit every single one of the 722 Whataburger locations in the United States. They have made it through 225 so far. I should mention they're in their 70s, so I would definitely not slow down if I were them. If you were obsessed with one fast food chain, if you were going to visit every single location, let me start with you, Nikki. What would it be?
In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out Burger, which is the California chain.
Oh my gosh. Every time I go to California.
What's wrong with the burgers in this state?
That's not an In-N-Out Burger, Jack.
Okay.
Have you had an In-N-Out Burger?
I haven't. I've heard a lot about
Okay.
them.
I love Whataburger. I do. But there's nothing like an In-N-Out Burger. So I have actually done a tour of a couple of In-N-Out Burgers.
But not every single one of them.
No, not every single one.
Dr. Ali, could you imagine being so obsessed with one fast food chain that you'd want to...
No, I can't even do this, even if you were to pay me $1 million.
Really?
No.
Wow.
Is there any fast food you ever eat?
Oh, yes, I do eat fast
When you
food.
eat fast food, what do you eat?
I eat very little, but if I do, I'm not crazy about it. I eat pizza and I eat burger. I eat fish.
You're not going to give me a name, though.
I think it was
But,
like brand specific,
Right.
Doc.
So,
He's a doctor. He
but
can't
I'm.
endorse a brand.
Well, he could be,
Like
he-
violating
so is he,
Democratic oath.
is he like the one in the 4 out of 5 doctors? Is he the one
He's
that
the
doesn't?
one doctor. Yeah.
So I think you are asking the wrong guy.
I am asking the wrong guy, but I didn't want to leave you out. You feel included at least, right?
I'm getting you an In-N-Out burger.
Now, Robert, this is tricky for you because you have a restaurant. I mean, I know you don't want to endorse somebody else, but I mean, is there any fast food place that deep down you have a little bit of a, occasional craving for? Or you
The porcelain palace of the stainless steel god. It can only be a slider at White Castle.
Oh my goodness!
Boy, no
wow.
local. We're getting no local love here at all. You're out in California. He's at White Castle. Where's the nearest White Castle? Pennsylvania?
I with St. Louis, maybe. I think. I don't know. But
I've been to one White Castle in Michigan. That's it.
If the
Yeah, but the
San
best
Antonio
time to go
Restaurant
is 3
Authority is
o'clock in the
listening, I
morning.
tried. All right, gentlemen, lady, thank you. Great job. We've said a lot. We've solved absolutely nothing here, but we've said a lot. We've
met the goal of the show.
we've met the goal of the show.
I'm
and
now angsty.
Be careful out there in this tropical storm. Be vigilant about falling tree limbs and all that stuff. But thanks for being here. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Well,
Take
thank
care.
you, Jake.
Come to the theater, Jack.
I will. You can catch our gang on the video podcast of Gang of Four that will be up early next week, and of course the audio podcast will go up later today. It's 11:41 on KTSA.